What's up guys, John with Springer Collectibles. We're gonna do another unboxing. I like doing these unboxings with you guys. These are gonna be all figures and maybe vehicles to be featured and sold on my Whatnot stream, which is a almost nightly G.I. Joe show. If you're not familiar with it, go ahead and check out the notes in the description and you can see the link to sign up for Whatnot. It's the most amazing app. It's like eBay meets QVC. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the camera down and we're gonna take a look at these. Already glancing at some really nice things here, by the way. All right, we're gonna start off with the file cards, which will give us an idea of what to expect in the lot. I know there's more figures than there are file cards. Let's rip into this. Again, like the last video you may have watched, we're looking for red backs, which are mail aways typically. Any kind of 82s would be nice, swivel or straight arms. So we got Voltar, Psych Out Chuckles. It looks like they put these in order by year, which is great. These are all 1987. Now we're moving on to 85. There's a driver ones you can tell usually by the back, which is going to be cardboard because it came on the cardboard box and not a card. Crimson Guard, Alpine. Now we're getting a little earlier. That one's 83, Torpedo, and again another 85 with Barbecue. Let's start. Got two more of these to open up, and now we got 1980. I think this is 85 still. Televiper, Airtight. Ooh, we got a nice Shipwreck. Eels. Always check for Eels. He had a mail away. Dr. Mindbender back to 87. There's a Slaughter. Roadblock, Dial Tone, Vipers. There's a Slipstream, Pilot for the X30. Cross Country, Driver. Backstop, that's not one that you see often. Crazy Legs, 1987. Got a nice Outback, but it's actually not cut very well. Still, we'll take it. Got a Raptor. Ice Viper, which I believe is 88. That could be 87, and Naugahyde, I think is 88, 89. It's good to know them by the years. That always helps me to organize figures. I tend to do it by year, just kind of like yojo.com. Where you organize it different ways, but year seems to be the easiest way to match up accessories or cards. Here we go. This is a beautiful card here. 1984 Baroness. Got a Dreadnought here. We got Ripper. Darklon. That's a tough one to get. Major Blood. His Tank Drivers. Another driver there. Nice Gung Ho. And we have Ace. I definitely needed this card because I have a Sky Striker to run. With parachutes, guys. So make sure you check out the show for that. Here's our Deep Six. Another driver. Destro. Now Destro had that error on his card with the G.I. Joe logo. I think it's a lot harder to find the one with the Cobra logo on it. 1983. Oh, nice. Always nice to have a Storm Shadow. That looks like an early one too. Ooh, a nice Cobra Commander, hooded Cobra Commander. That I believe is a mail away, but without a red back. Recondo. Wild Weasel. We got Spirit. He does have a variation card you could look up. I think it says something like Shaman on it. That's really rare. Firefly, my favorite. 1984, and Scrap Iron. So that's our cards. I think we did a good job with the cards. These are some highly desirable cards. Decently cut, and the condition's pretty good on them. So now on to the figures. Okay, so taking a glance at these, the sellers did a really good job, looks like, organizing these. Even though they're not packed as well as you'd want to see, they're still packed safely. What I mean by that is it'd be nice to have the collectors. You guys like them individually bagged, so we don't have any paint rubber issues like that. Let me move these cards. But it looks like they might have packed them by year, which is fantastic. So, or at least close to it. So it looks like we have these look like all 82, 83 at a glance. So that helps me to organize them. Now, if only the accessories are with them, that's the ideal dream lot. You get it with the accessories already individually bagged. But here we go. Nice start. Here's a nice start to our purchase here. All right, we're off to a nice start with Duke. Duke tends to have a broken crotch, and this one Looks perfect. He doesn't even have cracked elbows or anything. Looks really good. Same thing with Zartan. You're gonna get Zartan, it's gonna have a broken crotch a lot of the times, or people try to repair him because his O-ring goes bad, and he's really tough to repair. That's another story altogether, but this Zartan's in great shape. I see some 82s and 83s in here. Here's a swivel arm. The logo's rubbed, but still really nice Cobra officer. The head looks good, no paint rub on the face. Got a Grand Slam. Looks like he is a straight arm, there we go, 82. So we say straight arm for those that don't know, it's the way they're constructed in 1982. Then they changed it, so this is version 1, they changed them in 83, 82, 83. Actually, here's a good example because you can see it side by side. And then you can look at the, oh, it looks like someone put a 1982 waist on a 82, 83 on a swivel arm. So that's the wrong waist on him. That's a good way to know. Let's see this one. That one, you see it says 82, 83. So there's our difference. So that's a straight arm waist. We need to take that off our crotch. This is correct, and this is in good shape here too. Another Cobra officer. It's nice to see that the straight arms also have their thumbs. That is really tough. Majority of the time, the ones from 82, the straight arms are going to have broken thumbs. Like a lot of the time. They had like 3 or 4 different variations of thumbs because of that issue. I think what happened is that kids were putting the weapons in their hands and they were easily breaking. Here we go. Nice Cobra Commander. Great logo on his chest that tends to be rubbed. And we have good silver paint on his face. Again, you can see the 82, 83. Correct waist there. We got a rock and roll. All right, let's look at the next bag here. A nice Recondo here. And Recondo had 3 variations for his camouflage. And it looks like this might be the one that's harder to find. It's a brighter green. And just kind of taking a quick glance at it here. It looks like it could be the one. Here's one that's tough to get in good condition. Snow Job. His plastic almost will always be yellow. And that's from the way they treated the plastic. It's completely luck of the draw from what I understand. It's nothing to do with the way they're stored or aging or anything like that. As you could, and a good indication that you can see how there's just portions of the plastic that are perfectly white, and then you can see there's other portions that are yellow. And I mean, you can even see on his leg here, half the leg is still white and half is turning color. There are ways to fix that. You could probably find a ton of videos on YouTube about different ways to whiten those areas. How about a nice deep 6? That's really clean. He tends to be in really bad shape because he would be in the water a lot, of course. And that helmet looks really clean. Tank driver. Almost every time I get one of these, his Cobra logo is missing and it's just completely off. Not even a little bit. It's just rubbed off completely. But otherwise, he's in excellent shape too. Here's our hooded Cobra Commander. One thing to look for on hooded Cobra Commander is the gold. The gold tends to get rubbed off. You can see it's rubbed here. Also, the back of his waist has gold. It's rubbed completely there. So collectors are gonna look for better condition ones. They're gonna have the gold features on there. Still a nice Cobra Commander, hooded Cobra Commander. Just like we saw with Snow Job, probably the most iconic figure from a real American hero is Storm Shadow, and you can see this Storm Shadow also has yellowing, but really nice Cobra logo there, a little bit of paint rub there. And then the silver tends to be rubbed here on his weapons. Looks good, but again, you can try to find ways to whiten him up. Great condition. If you could whiten him up, he would be a near mid figure. One of my favorites, the Stinger driver. Here's a Copperhead, another driver. You're gonna find, with Copperhead, you're gonna find a lot of paint rub, usually on the face. You wanna look for that harder to find variant of him, which is a blue glove or blue head, where there's no green accents here on the head, and the gloves are more of a bluish color. Another one that we usually have problems with the plastic changing color, Spirit. Now the good news about Spirit, we do have his crotch is intact, which tends to break very easily. So if you're ever changing his O-ring, be very, very careful. The good news about him is there is some paint left on the wrists. The gold is almost always rubbed on his wrists. And you can see the blue on the arms is better than the blue on the shirt. Got this Torpedo from '83. Wild Weasel. Always like to find a good Destro. This one does have some paint rub, unfortunately, on his chest. Always look for the chest and the leg and the wrists for paint rub. Still nice to have a nice Destro though. Cutter. I always say he looks like Wade Boggs. I wonder if they intentionally made him look like Wade Boggs. I mean, he's got the Red Sox hat on, the high sideburns. My favorite. Firefly. Got a nice Cobra logo on the arm there. Ooh, a nice Baroness, guys. Cobra logo is pretty good. A lot of detail, a lot of nice details on her. Wild Bill. Wild Bill's buckle on his belt looks good. Always look for the buckle, and I look for the guns to see if there's any paint rub on the white guns. And there unfortunately there is paint rub. Unfortunately, there is paint rub on the sides of the white guns. But he's in good shape. He's a Dragonfly pilot. I'm gonna clear out some of these figures now. I like these early 80s Joes, guys, like including, how about Gung Ho? Version 1 on Gung Ho. He also tends to have issues with his plastic changing colors in the blue, but he looks pretty good. Got Roadblock, version 1. All right, then we have Thunder. He is the Slugger driver. And he's in really good shape too. Okay, so moving on from the figures, got a nice bag we have some nice accessories too. And they're just kind of all together. I don't think there's any type of order here. You can use yojo.com. That's one of my favorite sites to identify the accessories. Right here, now we're looking at Outback, we're looking at Mainframe, Televiper, I believe that's Duke. Here's Lowlight's gun. Now the thing that's always missing on Lowlight's gun typically is that bipod that connects right there, where that hole is. You definitely want to try to find that. Also, similarly, we have Firefly's backpack, which is missing the cover right there. Hopefully that'll be in this lot as well. Those are the little details that you want to look out for in these lots. You also want to look out for the accessory pack weapons. A lot of the times they'll be like this. You'll have this color blue will be an accessory pack, or the lighter colors or brown colors will be accessory pack weapons. So be on the lookout for those. Let's dump out the next little bag here. We have Snow Serpent's backpack, Buzzer's backpack, Alpine's gun, Torpedo's backpack, another Snow Serpent. Hopefully there's 2 Snow Serpents in this lot. You have Crimson Guard's backpack. That goes to Salvo. So some nice stuff here, airtight. There's accessory packs. This color green will be an accessory pack item too, probably from the early 80s. Looks like Globulus's gun from 1987 for the lot team. And what else do we have? Okay, nice snowboard there for Snow Serpent version 2, I believe. Now, one thing you definitely want to look out for is Spirit. This is, is Freedom, which is Spirit's eagle, and his talons are almost always missing. So look out for that. It'd be nice to have the talons. Definitely makes him more valuable. Looks like Junkyard, but a newer version. I think the original Junkyard had a brown underbelly. This one does not. All right, taking a look at some more. Look, we just found the Firefly's cover for his backpack, so that's good news. Some good stuff here. We got Cobra Commander from '87. His weapon is right there, and his backpack. So we'll start matching these things up. He's usually going to be missing his hose, but you never know, that could be in here too. So just got to sort these out. I like to do it by year, typically. Again, you can go to yojo.com. There's Storm Shadow version 2, his backpack. So I'm really happy with this lot so far. I'm definitely going to be able to create some nice lots for you guys here on Whatnot. So make sure you check out the link for Whatnot. Those auctions are a lot of fun. Do them almost every night, so hope to see you guys there. Let's take a look at a few more things before we wrap up the video here. Okay, earlier we mentioned the missing bipod on Lowlight's gun. There's Dusty's gun. Again, we're missing the bipod on his gun. That's also a tough one to get because it's so small. It used to fall off very easily and get lost. Okay, earlier we talked about Spirit's Bird Freedom and his talons missing. We have Polly, which belongs to Shipwreck, and the good news is we do have Polly's talons. So those are missing the majority of the time, so collectors are definitely going to be interested in having a complete shipwreck and poly as well. Well, here's something fun to look at. We have Zartan's backpack. I like to see if his disguise, his face is going to be in there. Let's take a look and see. Unfortunately, we struck out on that one. It is not in the backpack. Maybe we'll find it somewhere in the rest of the lot, but that's a shame. It's nice to be able to find those. This belongs to Lifeline. There's Airtight's backpack, Ripper's backpack. Just set up a few more figures, some other nice pulls from the lot here. You can see one of the best ones here is the Snake Eyes version 2. And then we have an AVAC back there, Crimson Guard, Python Patrol, Shipwreck, Flint, Toll Booth. Some really nice finds here. So thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate it. Thanks again for joining. Please hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you in my Whatnot auctions. Thanks again. See you.